Welcome. Thank you for joining the program. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Share the broadcast on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to anybody that is close to you. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Please share the broadcast, share to family and friends, share to anyone that is close to you. Make sure you reach out to anybody that you can so that we can be able to catch up.
Promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isod. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining on this very progress. Thank you for joining this program wherever you are joining us from. I appreciate you and I welcome you with all my heart. And I wish you a very happy seat at home. It is the beginning of a new week, and so many of us who are watching from different places, I don't know what your own time is. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. Wherever you are watching on the planet Earth, I welcome you and I appreciate you. And I say a happy seat at home. That is our major greeting every Monday. It is a greeting that we have to adopt every Monday. We wish each other a very happy seat at home. Today is another day. Today is another day. We have come again, as we all agree, to continue to do what we know how to do best. The Mazen Nande Kano special day has come once again, which is today. And as you are watching this video, a lot of things are going on in Biafra land where we come from. I appreciate you wherever you are. If you are watching from Biafra land, my special thanks goes to you. Special thanks to everybody that is watching from Biafra land, because you are the ones that are in the forefront of the whole issue and you are making things happen. I appreciate my beloved sister Linda TV show. Thank you so much for your support, Linda TV show. I appreciate Stephen. Thank you so much for joining. Stephen Omer, thank you so much for joining. Judith Nkechi, thank you so much for joining, Judith. I appreciate you. And every other person that is watching on the background, those who are commenting, those who are not commenting, in whichever way you are supporting this platform, I appreciate you and I welcome you to this very program once again. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of us. Once again, if you are here for the very first time, this is an autopiloted platform, autopiloted in the hand of Chukwu Okike. The original IPOB, under the guidance of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, through the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, and on the supreme leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where we stand. And we will continue to make wave. We will continue to make our point. No. What we do in this platform is to encourage Biafrans all over the world. What we do on this platform is to make sure we bring the plight of the Biafran people before the whole world. The plight of the indigenous people in that contraption called Nigeria. We tell our story. The true story of the true situation of things in Biafra land. We don't lie. We don't push propaganda. We don't preach hate. Neither do we preach any kind of obstruction. We don't preach unnecessary violence. We don't. What we do here is to encourage Biafrans. Let the world know what we are facing in Biafra land. Encourage Biafrans to stand up and defend themselves in the face of all the atrocity, dehumanization, and genocide that is happening in Biafra land. That is what we are doing here. We don't come here to instigate violence anywhere. That's not what we do. We speak the truth without being politically correct. And we will continue to do so. A day like today, being Monday, is a day that the Biafran people have chosen to let the world hear their voice. In the contraption called Nigeria, we have no voice. We have nobody to speak for us. We have no representation anywhere in the federal government. We have no representation anywhere in that contraption called Nigeria. That is why they have the audacity to go and kidnap the only voice that we have, the only man that we have, who speaks for you, who speaks for me, our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The only man that speaks for the oppressed in that contraption called Nigeria. He speaks for the ordinary people. They went to Kenya and kidnapped him. After kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they tortured him for 8 good days. From the torture, they sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition, which is against international law. An international crime was committed against him. They abused every of his rights. And when the extraordinary rendition him to Nigeria, they took him to their own court. Their court said, let him go, he's innocent. He defeated them in their own court. Their court ordered that no other court should sit on his case. The court of the enemy themselves made that order. And they said that he must be paid compensation. The contraption called Nigeria and their evil leaders have refused to obey this order. Their own law, they refuse to obey it. And they have continued to hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu under solitary confinement up to this moment as you're watching this video. They are still holding our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is why all the Biafrans have rallied together, knowing fully well that we have no representation anywhere. Nobody anywhere is representing us. Every political elite you see in Biafran land is being planted by the same enemy that want to exterminate us. And they will never speak our voice. They are busy chasing their own belly, chasing their own selfish interests, chasing what is not chasing them. And they have continued to sell our rights to the enemy at every given opportunity. And because of this, the Biafran people rose in unity. And they said, enough is enough. The Biafran people decided to take their fate in their hand. And in taking their fate in their hand, they chose the most peaceful way of demonstrating their desire. In the most peaceful way of demonstrating their anger. They chose the most peaceful way of making their voice heard, which is civil disobedience. Civil disobedience. And they chose sit at home inside that civil disobedience. The most peaceful means of expression. They chose sit at home. Sit at home is not a call for war. Sit at home is not an open protest. Sit at home is not a riot. Sit at home is not targeted at any individual or to disrupt anything in the government. But the people of Biafra on their own chose to sit at home so that the whole world will know that they disapprove of the evil called Zoological Republic of Nigeria. So that the whole world will know that they disapprove the illegal detention, the illegal continuous detention and torture of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They continue to sit at home. That is why we are sitting at home. The sit at home you see today happening every Monday is not targeted at destroying any economy or any Biafran. It is not to intimidate anybody. It is not to cause hardship for Biafrans. In fact, Biafrans chose that day by themselves because a man who is standing in for them, a man who has lost his both parents because of them, a man who has given up his career because of them, a man who put his own life online because of them, is in solitary confinement, sitting at home every blessed day for more than 2 years. And Biafrans say, they gather together and they decided and say, no amount of sacrifice is too much to pay to make that their own son, their brother, their husband to be freed. And they choose sit at home every Monday. They have continued to sit at home. And for you to be able to understand that they have no representation and nobody speaks on their own behalf, as they are sitting at home, they have made it known to the whole world that the Monday sit at home will never ever stop until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. Our Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Exile made this known to the whole world on behalf of the Biafran, that as soon as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released, you will no longer hear about sit at home. What did the enemy do? Have they made any step to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? None. Have they made any plan to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? None whatsoever. They are doing nothing to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Instead, they went to Abuja the governors, the Hones and Igbo, gathered themselves in Abuja, and they went and they were asking for military to come and invade Biafra land. The same thing they did in the past when they brought the Python dance, which took the life of many Biafrans, thousands of Biafrans lost their life during the Python dance. They have made that same move again in 2023. They went and they are demanding for troops to come into Biafra land and invade Biafra land. Asking the federal government to come with their troops, come with their private jets, come with their jets and bomb everywhere. After seeing all this that is happening, do you still think you have a representation in the zoo? You have no representation. And that is why the Biafran people are consistently demanding for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, sitting at home, no matter what it will cost. We are already dead, mind you. No amount of blackmail can push us back. No amount of emotional blackmail can stop us doing what we are doing. They come on their conventional media and they pretend to love their people. They will tell you that the sit at home is affecting the economy. How can you be suffering those who you are fighting for? How can you be punishing them? They have gone to the extent of bribery, corruption. The new criminal, in Enugu State, the new criminal, the certificate forger and wife snatcher in Enugu State have gone to the extent of recruiting even youth, paying bribes to people, organizing propaganda videos, calling even students to come and make a propaganda videos. That they sit at home is destroying the economy. Sit at home will make them not to grow in education. So you are a madman. The sit at home is the only source of life to Biafra land today. Get that straight. Anybody that is asking you to remove sit at home is asking you to remove your source of livelihood. The reason why we are alive today and the world can know what is happening in Biafra land is because of sit at home. It is the source of our life. Anybody telling you that sit at home is harming anything in Biafra land is a criminal, is a monster bought by the caliphate. I saw a press statement, they called themselves student, issuing statement. And you see the girl that was speaking there, putting death sentence on herself. This is how this Mba sets people up. Tomorrow he's going to go after her. And when she's no more, he will come back and begin to blame the Biafran people. The idiot Mba who recruits people to go and issue press statement. You are talking about studies. When your own region is at war, you do not care because your own parents are not dead, because your own brothers are not dead, because you are not directly affected. That is why you want to continue to do things the way you want. You pretend that all is well. So you don't know that war is going on in Biafra land all this while. You don't know. And you are being called to come and issue a statement. And you are coming. There is nobody that is above 18 in Biafra land that doesn't know what is happening in Biafra land today. If you are above 18, a Biafran, and yet you allow yourself to be used, you will be held responsible for whatever happened to you. You will face the consequence of your action. As long as you are above 18 in Biafra land, you will face the consequence of every action you take. You can't tell me you don't know what is happening. There's no way you can tell us you don't know what is happening in Biafra land. You have not seen jet fighters flying over Biafra land, bombing places because it is not your own village, because it has not affected directly a member of your family. Haven't you seen houses, Biafran houses being burnt? Houses burnt down. Innocent people's property burns down to ashes. Haven't you seen military invasion, which they use terrorists against Biafran people? Haven't you seen that? How many times have you issued a press statement on the burning of houses of Biafran people? How many times? You call yourself an educated person and you have common sense, and you forgot that the law of Nigeria says that an accused person remains innocent until proven otherwise. An accused person remains innocent until proven otherwise. With all this knowledge in your table, yet before you, innocent people's houses have been burnt down, businesses are destroyed, lives taken in broad daylight. It doesn't look like anything to you. What is bothering you is the step we are taking to stop the criminality in Biafra land. That is what is bothering you. What is bothering you is to stop the step we are taking. The criminal in Enugu State, I thank Chukwu Okikawa that today Enugu is on lockdown. Enugu is the capital of Biafra, the first capital of Biafra, and there is nothing. The spirit of Biafra in Enugu cannot, you can't match it. You can't match it. You try it, that is your doom. And when you hear our Prime Minister pronounce and say that Enugu State will be the epicenter of the sit at home, that is what it is. Today, that is what it is today. You can't match it. Enugu is on total lockdown. Today be Monday. What you sow is what you reap. If you are in Enugu State and you want to challenge your God, come out. You want to make yourself available as the sacrificial land, come back, come out. Chukwu Okikawa have warned through those of us in the media. I'm giving you the information that the angel of death has been unleashed by the Zoological Republic against the Biafran people. The angel of death, which you know, they have unleashed them to blackmail us, the Biafran people. As many as are paying attention and listening, you will be saved and you are going to enter into Biafra. But as many as are ignoring the warnings, whatever happened to you, you will be responsible for it. Only you and you alone will be responsible. There is consequence for every action. More especially in the Biafran area today. Whatever you do, you must face the consequence of your action. There is nothing like I was deceived, or I don't know, or I was not told. Every information is made available to everybody. It is left for you to make your choice, what you want to believe. The reason for the sit at home is clear as crystal. If anybody has a sense of reason, anybody who cares about the Biafran people, any politician, any elder that cares about the people should channel his or her energy in the release of Mazen Dandekan. That is how you know somebody who cares about his people. That is how you know about somebody who represents his people. If you are truly chosen to represent the people in Biafra land, more especially the southeast of Biafra, if you are chosen to represent them, you should focus on how to release Mazen Dandekan. This is a man that is dear to their heart. This is a man they cannot afford to gamble with. A man they are ready to give their own life for. And you go and check the record of that man. He is as pure as crystal. No law court in the world have convicted him of any case. A genuine man, very, very genuine in everything he has done. With all the blackmail and propaganda, all the setups against him. He has defeated everyone that come against him in their own court. And you are fighting against him. If there are people who care about Biafra land, they should channel their energy to release Mazen Dandekan. But what do? Instead of channeling their energy to release Mazen Dandekan, what they are doing is to fight against somebody who has volunteered, to make wave internationally to make sure that Mazen Nandeka is released. They channel their energy on attacking the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Israel, Mazen Sawanekwa. They channel their energy in sponsoring terrorists to Finland. They channel their energy in blackmailing Mazen Sawanekwa, who you and I know is the disciple of Mazen Nandeka, spiritual son of Mazen Nandeka. The person you know that is keeping the template of Mazen Nandekano undeterred. He is making sure that the voice of Mazen Nandekano is not swept under the carpet. But all these idiots that call themselves politicians, who come on daily basis to tell you lies, push all manner of lies, and you are paying attention to them. They tell you that the sit at home is affecting your economy. And I ask you, what kind of economy do you have in Biafra land? What economy do you have in Biafra land before the sit at home that came 2 years ago? What economy do you have in Biafra land? They tell you it is destroying the economy. How is it destroying the economy? Wouldn't there be life? You will have life first of all before you talk about the economy. And what have they done? This is what they are telling us. What have they done to bring the presence of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in Biafra land? What effort has they made? What effort have they made to change your life? You have talked of restructuring. They took your life before because of that. In Biafra land, we are the most traveled. We are the most traveled, and we use the international airport more than any other tribe. But yet, in Biafra land, it is difficult for us to have an international airport. It is the Biafran people that make the use of the seaport. 80% of the goods you see on Tinkan, they are owned by Biafran people. 80% owned by Biafran people. And yet, in Biafra land, there is no single seaport. And you don't see anything wrong in it. In your own very presence, they went and established a dry port in Kaduna. A dry port in Kaduna. But the people who are engaged in business, who are using these services, everything is distant from them. How many people in the north are involved in business that will make the north to have a dry port? How many people? Before your own very eyes, they build a rail line, the railway, which they borrowed money that you will pay, the money they're going to pay with the money, with the wealth from your own area. They borrowed money to be paid with the resources in your own area. They will be paid that loan with the tax they collect from you. And yet, when they were building that railway, they boycotted you. You were not anywhere involved in the construction of the railway. Your name didn't appear. And you call yourself One Nigeria. All these idiots that are jumping right, left, and center, they were there. Did they make a case for the Southeast? Did they come out and shout or talk? Why wouldn't you make this railway run through our area? Did you see them making a case on that part? They did not. But when the Biafran people came together and said enough is enough, that we have to move away from this contraption called Nigeria, instead of you to support your own, you are supporting the enemy against your own. And you think you will succeed. You can never win this battle. For 1,000 years, you will never win it. You can never win this battle. But the most happy thing is that the battle has come to an end in 2023. That is the most important thing. The thing of joy, the joy that every Biafran should have in their heart is that this suffering will end in 2023. Whether they like it or they don't like it, it's going to end. Biafran people, we are united in our demand for freedom. We are more than united in our demand for freedom. It doesn't matter what the enemy is pushing out there. It doesn't matter the false information they are pushing out. We are the Biafrans and we know what we want. And that is why you see the willingly sit at home that people are doing in Biafra land against all attacks, against all blackmail, against all hindrances, against all the obstacles, against all the calling of names. The Biafrans are sitting at home on their own without being forced. They have tried every manner of blackmail by forcing the sit at home. They go and enforce it. And before you know it, they turn around and say, oh, they are the original IPOB, they are forcing sit at home. They are enforcing it at home. The original IPOB of Mazen Nandekan, what we do is to bring truth to the people so they can see the truth. What we do is to remind the Biafran people what they seem to forget, whom they are. Free people, they are freeborn, not slave. The same message that Mazen Nandekan brought is what we appreciate. Mazen Nandekan brought a sincere and true message, and that is why no law court can sentence him. Our Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile is fighting a just cause. That is why he has won the Ambassador of Peace Global Award. With all this evidence that is staring at you, showing you that we are on the right path, yet some people have volunteered themselves to walk against the will of Chukwu Kabiam. And I ask you, who can battle with Chukwu Kabiam? Who are you? Who are you to say no when Chukwu Kabiam have said yes? Onye buruchi yuzo, owabu onwe na oso. Iburuchi guzo, iwabu onwe na oso. There's no two ways about it. We are going home. And when I see the way Biafrans are responding to the sit at home, I know that freedom is here. The unity of Biafran people have become stronger and stronger every day, getting much more stronger. The sit at home has increased, which is a normal thing. Today, Enugu State is on total lockdown against the criminal who call himself Mba, the certificate forger and wife snatcher, who is supposed to be ashamed of himself, who is not worthy to speak in the public, let alone being a representative of anybody. Today, in the face of all his threat and blackmail, Enugu State is on lockdown. And as our Prime Minister have said, becomes an epicenter for the sit at home. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. You want to open the gate of hell, go ahead and open it. It will swallow you. It will consume you. That project you are taking upon will consume you, definitely. We cannot chicken away from our responsibility as Biafrans. We cannot run away from our own land. We didn't make ourselves Biafrans. We did not put ourselves in the position where we are today. Only Chukwu Okikadiama himself know why he placed us in that position, to rescue every other human being living on that very territory. Chukwu Okikadiama knows why he gave us that assignment, and we cannot run away from it. We will never, ever, ever run away from that responsibility. Biafra will be redeemed. Biafra will be saved. And every only body that is being held captivity in that Zoological Republic will be free. Our Supreme Amazon Nanakan made a promise, and he said that the Zoological Republic will be decimated. It will be cleaned, wiped away from history. We'll never hear that name anymore. The Ududua people will have their freedom. The Arewa will go their way. The Biafra people will be there on their own. And nobody can stop it. It doesn't matter what you think. It is not like begging. We are not begging you. We are not begging you. Whether you agree or you don't agree, Biafra must come. It must. Let me tell you, we are talking about a project of Chukwu Okike Abiama. It is not the project of man. Okay, you think the project is project of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? It is not the project of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is not the project of our Prime Minister Mazen Simon Ekpa. It is not your project. It is not mine. It is a project of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Every one of us, we are just instruments in the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Those of us who willingly gave their own self, made their own self available. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made himself available, and the mantle was given to him to restore Biafra. He preached the message raw, and he woke us up. Our Prime Minister Mazen Simon Ekpa made himself available and was anointed by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as the new dimension. And today, he has opened the new dimension in full. And if you are a Joni Biafran and you are not yet seeing Biafra, it means you are not. Go and check your DNA again. If you are a Biafran from the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast with the lower Benue, if you're from this area and yet you are not seeing the breeze of Biafra blowing and touching you, please go and check your DNA. You might not be truly a Biafran. Sorry to say that. You might not be truly a Biafran. Every legitimate Biafran child today can feel the air and the breeze of the Biafran. In all, what are you waiting for? Even our prophets are speaking about it. One of our own, Ebuka Obi, that we know today that by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, he speaks through him, has said it, that he has seen Biafra coming. He said it before the whole world, fearlessly. And he went ahead and said that he is going back home to Biafra land. If you don't believe in another person, at least for the fact that we are religious, you're supposed to believe Ebuka Obi on what he's saying. If you are a Biafran and you don't feel the air, the heat of the Biafra coming, and you don't feel the wave, you cannot see the gentle breeze of Biafra blowing across everywhere. If you don't see it, please go and check your DNA again. Go and check it. You might not be truly a Biafran. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. Every single step you take against Biafra today will turn out for our own good. That is one of the evidence to tell you that the time has come. Every move you make will become to our own advantage. It doesn't matter who makes it. Every move and our enemy makes against us turn out to be positive to the struggle. That shows you that we are getting to the end of the road, and this is the appointed time. You see the ones who are planning against Master Simon Ekpa, blackmailing him, announcing him. The more they blackmail him, the more they catapult him to the highest level. The more they blackmail him, the more they put Biafra on top of the map of the world. Today, our Prime Minister is communicating with authorities all over the world. Our Prime Minister is engaging world powers, and they are listening to him. Our Prime Minister is winning more allies for Biafra today. The more you blackmail him, the more you put him on the top. And I bet you, the only good thing you can do for yourself is to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is even to your own favor. Let me now give you a secret. The release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is to your own favor, not just to the Biafran people. Because Biafran people, we are covered. We are covered. The Biafran people, we are covered, solidly covered by Chukwu Okike Abiama. When you hear that we are the chosen people, it is not bragging. We didn't choose ourselves. Only Chukwu Okike Abiama knows the reason why he chose us. It is not by bragging. It's not because we are too righteous or we are too powerful. Chukwu Okike Abiama say, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. And as it pleases him, he have chosen to have mercy on the Biafran people. There is nothing you can do about it. Your jealousy, your envy, your blackmail cannot stop it. He has chosen whom to have mercy on. Those of us who are Christians, you might be very conversant with that very portion of the Bible, that I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. That is the word of Chukwu Kabiam. You can't tell him whom to choose and who not to choose. That the Biafran people we are choosing is not because of our strength, not because we are too handsome or too beautiful, not because we did something extraordinary, not because we are righteous. It is the choice of Chukwu Kabiam to choose us. He has chosen us. And he has chosen to have mercy on who he will have mercy, which is the Biafran people. Your envy and jealousy and blackmail cannot change anything. It will not. Because Chukwu Kabiam has spoken. He will honor his words. He will always honor his words. If you are a Biafran, the best thing you can do for yourself today is to key in into this exodus that is happening. The exodus of Biafran people. Key in it. If you have not, go and check your DNA if truly you are a Biafran. If you are from the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast to Lower Benue, and yet you have not joined the exodus of Biafra, check yourself again if truly you are a Biafran. Go and check yourself. Wherever you are as a Biafran, prepare yourself for the triumphant entry into Biafra. The triumphant entry into Biafra, it is going to start from 31st of this month. From 31st of this month, the triumphant entry into Biafra will start. Do not allow yourself to be left behind. I beg you in the name of Chukwu Kabiam, do not be left behind. If you have not heard about this, you are hearing it now. Prepare yourself. As of the Monday sit at home, it is already locked up. The Monday sit at home for Mazen Nanegan is completely locked up. But we are extending it. Entering into the exodus, the full exodus, the triumphant entry on 31st of this month, which is going to last for 2 good weeks. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for that journey. 2 weeks journey into Biafra. Prepare yourself. And to show you how concerned the Biafran people are, to show you how concerned the Biafra Republic government in exile is, to show you how concerned our Prime Minister is, he didn't stop at that. Thank you so much, my beloved sister Linda TV show. Thank you. He didn't stop at that. Our Prime Minister did not stop at only declaring that very sit at home, which the Biafrans agreed. He has gone further to make available palliative for those who cannot be able to stand the pressure. Palliative is made available. And every one of us in Biafra, we are sponsoring whatever we are doing by ourselves. In that palliative, anything you have, you can give. As little as $10 per family. It is left for you to choose how many family do you want to sponsor. And I can bet you Biafran people are answering the call in good numbers. You're welcome, Chidi. Thank you so much. Chidi Njoku, you're welcome. Biafran people are answering the call in good numbers. Biafrans are answering the call in good numbers. Making provision for those who cannot be able to stand the pressure. That is what Biafra is all about. On Ruben Naban also. That is what Biafra is. The same way we survived the 3-year civil war. We had nothing. We were not prepared for it. They took us by sudden. Unlike now that we are more than prepared. In 1967, we were not prepared. Everything we had, we acquired within that time of the war. Whatever improvement we did was within that war period. Every development and establishment with the brains and invention that we did was within that war period. Unlike in 2023, when we have scientists across the world, we have Biafran scientists across the world. We are equipped across the world. There is nothing you can think of that Biafrans don't have today. And you think you can defeat us. You are a dreamer. Keep on dreaming. But I tell you, be careful what you wish for. Just be careful what you wish for. Anywhere you are as a Biafran, put your head together. Support the sit at home, the triumphant entry into Biafra, which is going to start on the 31st. Not only making those, every one of you who is here, if you are truly a Biafran, you can see the link on our various platforms. All the original IPOB platform, original IPOB media warriors, go to their platform, you will see the links on how to make the donations. You make your donation $10 for a family to make sure that will feed those who cannot be able to feed themselves within that 2 weeks. That is to show you that we care. The sit at home was not meant to dehumanize anybody. It was not meant to intimidate anybody. It was not meant to attack anybody. It was not meant to make anybody go under pressure. But it was meant to release Biafra from this destruction, to save Biafra from this dehumanization, to save Biafra from the clutches of the enemies. It is a responsibility that we are taking, and we must do it. Support the struggle. The ESN is there. The Biafran Liberation Army, who are standing in gap for us, need to be sponsored. You cannot go to this battle with an empty hand. And we don't have any sponsorship anywhere across the world. It is you and me, the Biafran people. We are the ones sponsoring every single progress you see today. Just like the Israelites did in their own time. Israelites, they sponsored their own freedom. And today they have a nation, the nation of Israel, the strongest nation on the planet Earth, defending themselves against every single enemy. They dare not. You don't dare the Israelites. In the same manner, the Biafrans, we are going to sponsor our freedom. And we're going to defend our territory. Defend our territory to the core, and nothing any man can do to stop that. We are the chosen people. His word said, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. And he has chosen to have mercy on us. And there is nothing anybody can do about that. There's nothing, no blackmail, no propaganda can stop what is coming. The only thing you have to do as a Biafran is to key in into this time. Key in into this time and receive your blessing. Do not allow anybody to blackmail you, cajole you, or push you into something that is false. We must defend our land, our territory. And it has started. As for the Zoological Republic, they know the people in the zoo, all these politicians who are pretending, preaching nonsense to you, they know that they know that the zoo has come to an end. What you are seeing today is the fight of a dying horse. What you are seeing today is the fight of a dying horse. Those criminals who are fighting to keep the status quo, the criminals who know that they cannot survive in a sane society, they are scared of a sane society where fraud cannot be the order of the day, where people will have equal rights, where nobody has to beg another person for him to go to school, where nobody has to beg for another person for him to have medical care. They are scared of that kind of environment. They want a place where they will be relevant. That is why you see them today. They are fighting against Biafra, right, left, and center. Certificate forgers like Mba, the Enugu state governor, a man who could go as far as forging certificate. You are talking about forging certificate. Upon that, he shamelessly snatched somebody's wife, destroyed their family. A woman that has 2 children abandoned her family in the UK and run to Nigeria to serve Mba and prepare to divorce her husband because of Mba. And he has the guts to come and speak Who in his right senses will choose such a person as a representative of himself? Who will be proud to identify himself with such an idiot? A man with such a dirty record. A certificate forger. How can somebody who forged certificate give you good governance? How? Tell me, how can somebody that forged certificate give you good governance? Look at the late Muhammad Buhari. The late Muhammad Buhari, you saw what he gave you in your one Nigeria. You saw it. After he forged his own certificate and he forced himself to power, you saw what he was able to give to you. The late Muhammad Buhari. Today, you have a drug baron in Asorok, another certificate forger in Asorok, another man that forged his certificate whose place of education is not verified. And you see what the zoo is becoming. Fuel have risen from 200 to 700 and going up more and more. Tears and cries every corner. How can this kind of set of people give you a sane society? How? How can any reasonable person think that you can get anything good out of people whose life have a fake background? When the foundation is destroyed, there's nothing the righteous can do. In the faulty foundation of the Zoological Republic, there is nothing you can build there that will stand. There is nothing you will build on a faulty foundation. It doesn't matter how beautiful the edifice is. When air comes, it will fall down. But when you build on a solid rock, no matter what you put on it, it will stand gidigbam. It can face hurricane. It can face typhoon. No kind of force that it cannot be able to stand, because the foundation is laid on a rock. And that is the Biafra we are talking about. The foundation of Biafra, laid on a rock. That is why we never give up. That is why we are making sure that the kingdom of God has to be established on planet Earth, whether they like it or not. We are going to continue to stand firm and demand for the restoration of Biafra. Whether they like it or not, Biafra will be restored. In our own time, we can never hand over this very struggle to anybody else. In our own generation, we are going to fight it and fight it for all. Let our children come and enjoy the fruit of our labor. We cannot leave this, we cannot afford to leave this for anybody. Just as my Prime Minister, Mazi Samaka, has said, that he has come to finish what our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu started. And every one of us watching today, every one of us supporting the Biafra Republic of exile, we are going to help and support our Prime Minister to finish what our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu, has started. That is what we will do. Wherever you are as a Biafran, don't shake, don't waver. He that promises is faithful. Our foundation is on a rock. Our foundation is laid on a rock. There is nothing any man can do. They will only blab and talk and talk. After talking, they will go, they will fade away. And I bet you, do not yield to any emotional blackmail. I know that the Biafran people, we know the value of human life. We love life so much. We respect human beings. Biafran people, genuine Biafran people, the original IPOB, we care about human life. We value life so much. That is even why that this struggle have lingered up to this time. It is the reason why that the restoration of Biafra have lingered up there, because we are trying to make sure that the collateral damage is reduced to zero. We are not pleased at the death of any person. No matter whom you are, no matter your religion, no matter your location, no matter whoever you are, the Biafran people are not pleased at the death of anybody. Not a stranger, not a fellow Biafran. We are not pleased as such. That is why you see our Prime Minister taking his own time, following things gradually. That is why we are still waiting up to today. And I bet you, no matter the trials and temptation, we will never give up. But you see that they are blackmail. We will never be caught up in any blackmail. Their blackmail will never ever work on us. Let them continue their blackmail. It will not stop us from moving forward. We have waited for too long. But you that is a Biafran, do not allow them to use you as a blackmail. If you do, it will not stop us from fighting for Biafra. Get that straight. Do not make yourself available for blackmail. You that you call yourself a Biafran. When you hear an instruction, follow it. Obedience is better than sacrifice. You hear, sit at home. Follow the instruction. Every directive you get from our Prime Minister, Manepa, through Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, and all the media, follow it diligently. It is going to lead you to safety. They were not meant to intimidate you. They were not meant to hurt you. They were not meant to blackmail you. They were not meant to lead you astray. It was meant to secure your own life. You see all those blackmail that they are pushing. You see all those things they are telling you that come out. Do not mind them. Come out. They will seize your shop. It is only those who are alive that can be able to talk of your shop. By the time you are gone, you won't remember your shop anymore. By the time you are gone, you remember that post you have in office. But I tell you, there is no way the Biafra Republic of Nigeria will watch them take your own shop. We cannot fold our hands and watch anybody's shop seized in Enugu State. The Biafra Republic of Nigeria cannot watch anybody lose his or her own job. It is not possible. By who? By the certificate forger? By the certificate forger. You see, why some people are afraid is because they are not paying attention. They do not believe on what Chukwu Okabia can do. Why you are afraid is because you think that this project is a project of Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is why you're afraid. You think that when Mazi Simon Ekpa is speaking, he is the one. He is not the one speaking. You think that when our Supreme Mazi Nangan gives order, that it is him. It is not him that's speaking. Mazi Nangan is a man who has been sanctified and purified to carry this mission. That is why everything he says come to pass. Mazi Nangan is as whiter than white. Has no stain in him. He is human. That is true. But he is very, very, I don't know how to describe him. And there is nothing he asks that he will not be given. Remember what the Bible says, those of us who are Christians, that the prayer of a righteous man availeth much. If there is any righteous man I know in life today, it is Mazi Nangan. Proven, tested, and trusted. If there is any righteous man I can testify of in the life today, it is Mazi Nangan. So whenever he kneels down and talks to Chukwu Okabia, there's no reason why he will not answer. And remember, Mazi Nangan prayed for you and I, prayed for Biafra 7 good times every day. He prayed for us 7 times every day while he was outside. And today, that he's in solitary confinement in the territory of the enemy, he has no other project than to pray for you, pray for me. And you think that Chukwu Okabia will not answer. Think again. The only reason why you are scared is because you don't know what you have. You don't know who owns the project. You don't know who sent you. If you know who sent you, you won't be afraid. That's the adage in Igbo language. That nwata nne ya dịrị ohi na-eme oru ebe ọ yeji ihe ohi were ọkpa gbawa door. It doesn't look back. If you know who sent you, you don't have to be afraid. When you hear the instruction, you obey and follow. Don't bring a false report. Don't bring that your false reports to us. Don't. Just like those people who were sent during the time of the Israelites to go and look the promised land if they can be able to take it over. Some people who went there, who were walking by sight, they went and said, no, you cannot take the land. There are giants in that land. There are giants. They brought a false report. And some people were weak. And the second set of people were said, go and check It is the Lord that said that we'll go and possess the possession. Go and check and verify and come back. The second people who saw beyond the physical, they went there. And they say, there are people existing there. Though they are there, we can take the land because Chukwukeme has said so. And they went in with all the giant that was there. The children of Israel conquered and they took the land. That is a prophecy fulfilled. In the same vein today, the only reason why you are scared and worried is because you don't know who sent you. You are not sure of where the instruction is coming from. If you believe in the instruction and where it is coming from, you believe in it, you have no reason to fear. You have no reason to worry. If you believe in it, all you need to do is to obey simple instruction and you find yourself in Biafra. Fellow Biafrans that is watching, prepare yourself for the triumphant entry into Biafra. If you are not yet prepared, get yourself together and prepare. We are moving home. And the journey starts on the 31st of this month. 2 weeks lockdown. We are going to enter into Biafra. And the zoo will be no more. As for today, I appreciate everyone in Biafra land today that is engaging in this sit at home today. I appreciate all the Biafran people who have engaged in this sit at home today, more especially in Enugu State, where we have the first capital of Biafra. I appreciate every one of them for heeding to the call of our Prime Minister Mazi Samanekwa to make Enugu State the epicenter of the sit at home. We are going home and nobody can stop it. Thank you so much, as many as joined us in this very broadcast. Wherever you have joined us from, if you have joined from Biafra land, I say my special thanks to you and I say, may Chukwu come and protect you and secure you. Every Biafran all over the world, Biafrans and Biafran friends, wherever you are connected to this program from, I appreciate you and I say, may Chukwu come and protect you. I appreciate everyone that is genuinely fighting for Biafra, wherever you are coming from. I appreciate everyone. May Chukwu come and protect them. May Chukwu come and protect all the members of ESN, the Biafran Liberation Army, the BNL, and all those who are fighting on the ground for Biafra. May Chukwu come and protect all of them. May Chukwu come and protect all our media warriors and their family. May Chukwu come and protect all the Umuada and their family. May Chukwu come and protect all the members of the cabinet of Biafra Republic of Israel. May Chukwu come and protect our defense minister and the leader of Umuada, Honorable Azoka Charles Wankwo. May Chukwu come and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Samanekwa. Every plan against him, every evil plan against him will never work. He will never dash his foot against a stone. Chukwu will unleash angels to guide him in his going out and his coming out. He will never dash his foot against a stone. Whatever hole they have dug for him, they will cover themselves with that hole. May Chukwu guide and protect our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever he is, we commit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the hand of Chukwu for divine protection, for divine victory, for divine upliftment, for divine favor, for long life in the land of the living, for good health. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released to us very, very soon. And no weapon formed or fashioned against the Biafran people shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister will prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. I appreciate every one of you who have joined on the broadcast. I can see you, my beloved sister Diana Agumbiade. Thank you so much for joining, Diana. I appreciate you. It's been a long time. Thank you so much for being on the program today. I appreciate every single one of you who has played a role in one way or the other on this very platform today. Please, if you have not shared this program, share it to anybody can it, including our enemy. Share it to them. Share it. You never can tell who could get across it and send this message across. The world is watching and they are listening. We are going home. Nobody can stop it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again in the evening. If you have time, please join me on King David Exploit Expose in the evening. We have much more to discuss out there in the evening. See you again. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.